Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. It's been a little while since I've been on here. We're gonna make some English muffins today. I got this recipe from Traditions Homestead. I'll leave a link for their video in the description. You will need 1 1/4 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of yeast, 2 tablespoons of melted butter or oil, 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour plus a little extra, cornmeal for dusting, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to be using my bread maker today on the dough setting. They did it by hand. It's just easier for me to use my bread maker. You can use a mixer or anything with a dough hook on it to do this, or you can do it by hand. I'm adding the water. You need to have this water around 110 degrees or up to 115 degrees, but not over. It'll kill your yeast. This makes the yeast work. I added the sugar. Then you'll stir this up and add your yeast and let it set for 10 minutes. I have instant yeast, so I don't have to do this. But if you don't have instant yeast or rapid rise yeast, you need to proof it to make sure the yeast is good and it makes a better bread. I'm adding the oil or butter. You can use butter. Next, I'm adding the flour. And then the salt. I'm going to turn my bread maker on to the dough setting and let it start mixing. I have some flour set to the side. I'm checking to see if it's sticky, and it's way too sticky. So adding a little bit of flour at a time. Let that mix up. Then I'll check it again. There's just a little bit sticking to my hand, but this dough is just a little sticky anyway. But it's coming right off, so I'll let the bread maker finish mixing the dough. And then my bread maker will let it rise for 1 hour. If you're doing this by hand or in a mixer, you put it in a bowl and cover it and let it rise for an hour. Mine's doubled in size, so I'm going to punch it down. And then I'm going to put it on my mat here. It's a sticky dough. You can add a little bit of flour, but I like to put some olive oil on my hands when I work with the dough. Now you just knead it for a little bit. So it comes together in a circle. Then just flatten it out a little bit with your hands. Then I just roll it up. And try to even it out all the way across. Then I'm going to cut it up in 10 pieces. Then I'm oiling my hands again. You want to shape these into like circles. This is how I do it. I sort of fold it back on itself, and then I start to roll it. How I do it is I press it down and I use my thumb on the side to smooth it out. Then I add some cornmeal and just press it in the cornmeal, both sides. I'll show you again. I just fold it back on itself. Make a little ball, and as I'm pressing down, I use my thumb to smooth out the side. Then I press it down in the cornmeal, make it pretty flat. And set that aside. Then you'll cover them for 20 minutes. After about 10 minutes, I'm going to start heating up my cast iron skillet. You don't have to use a cast iron skillet, but it takes a little bit for it to heat up. You want your heat to be low to medium heat. I'm buttering up the pan here. You put several muffins in the pan. You want to cook these for 8 minutes on one side until the bottoms are browned. It took me around 15 minutes. It kind of depends on your stove. it's a slow process. You don't want to put this on high heat or medium heat because you want the dough to get done inside. You'll want to cover it, and that's what they look like on when the bottoms are browned. Then you just brown them on the other side. And there you have English muffins. These are really good, and like I said, I'll leave the link to Living Traditions Homestead. They do it by hand, and this is a really good recipe. And here's a bacon, egg, and cheese on the English muffins. They turned out really good. And I want to thank y'all for praying for us for when we were sick. And the prayers for my mom, they worked. We came close to losing her. And she's doing really good right now. But I want to thank you all, and I hope you have a blessed day, and come back and see us.